Hi, in today's video, you're going to see how I made a 5-foot tall lighthouse. Okay, here we go. Welcome to my first use of time-lapse photography as part of a video. It won't be all time-lapse, as you will see. This is the second one of these lighthouses that I have built. The first one was built right in this space, which I call Shop West, back in October of 23. We spend about 4 weeks a year here. All of the pieces except the trim are cut out of one 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch birch plywood. I learned a few things on this project. All 6 sides of the base, tower, and cap have a 30-degree angle cut on each side of every piece. If you want to be 100% sure of the distance from the side of your base plate to the edge of your cut made by the saw, set up a fence, make a small cut in a scrap piece, and measure from the side of the cut to the fence. This method is especially useful for angle cuts. So what I did there was I started off with my pilot hole just about the diameter of the nail, and then I made a mark. I drilled a bigger hole for the lead of the pencil. Had 4.5 inch radius, 6.5 inch radius, and 11 inch radius. And that's what we got right there. Jigsaws are agonizingly slow. They're probably one of my least favorite tools to work with, but they do cut circles. What I'm trying to do here is lay out a 6-sided hexagon with a 30-degree protractor and a ruler. This is not the best method. An epiphany happened in a little bit here, and you'll see what I learned makes it so much easier. Okay, so we had an epiphany. Well, I say we, that means me. So I started out with this F, and I drew it on those lines that you see there that are crossed out. The difference between here and here was 1/8 of an inch over that span. So that was not good, and I used the protractor to lay that out. All I did was define the distance on this, and then when I got to this one over here, which is B, I had an epiphany. I realized that the distance that this was on the plans and the distance that this was on the full scale plans, where I could measure between point A and point B, that would be these. Okay. We're working on B right here, so you can see that the distance between here and here is known. So once we know the distance from one side to the other and the distance from here to here, then all we need is the half of the distance between here determines where this line is. It's straight up math. So the distance here, half of that here and here, and then your distance on these faces that are parallel to each other, and all you have to do is connect the dots. Much easier layout. Do it this way, not that way with the protractor in 30 degrees and trying to measure leg length. It's just not a good plan over there. Okay, thanks for paying attention. Bye. So there it is. It's all mathematical. You just plot your points, connect the dots. How easy is that? Bingo. Okay, so what you're about to see here is another time-saving tip. I used to work in a factory doing piecework, so I found out that if you can save a second or a half a second on each process and then repeat it over and over, that you'll save time and you'll be more efficient. So that's what happened with these cuts you're going to see. Here we go. So what made it faster was marking all of them before I started clamping and cutting. Because marking, clamping, and cutting, marking, clamping, and cutting, marking, clamping, and cutting is slower than mark, 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 clamp, cut, clamp, cut, clamp, cut. You know what's going to happen next. Look at these all laid out. And we're just going to put some glue in them and put them together. I guess that's it. We'll just set that aside. Let it dry. Okay, last thing to do here, as far as cutting stuff out, is these little pieces that look like this. They go underneath the top. Got a 6-degree cut back here. I made a template, traced them out. There we go. That's all the cutting, and that's all the space on the memory card. You might have noticed that I wasn't wearing my respirator yesterday. That's because I thought I had a respirator at Shop West, but apparently I didn't, and I didn't want to take the time to go and get one, but then we were going out anyway, so I did pick one up, and now I have one in Shop West. Time to get the air out of it, I guess. There's a big old wad of hardened stuff in there. This is probably 3 years old, which means it's probably 10 years old. Here we go. Okay, got to put a round over on all of these. We'll start with this one right here. This piece here, and these pieces here, okay, all get painted the same color. So we're going to put these together and we're going to attach it to that prior to painting. Okay, here we go. Don't you hate it when you're using the nailer and it comes out of the side? Okay, let's look at this. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to hold it there for you. I'm going to hold it there for you. The angle on this, there's a point in the middle and it's tapered on both sides. It's tapered on both sides, okay? So when you have your gun aligned like this, there's a chance of it coming out of the side. So your gun should always come in like this, and to minimize the chance of the nail, or brad in this case, popping out of the surface, okay? You guys got that, right? Here we go. Boom, boom, like this. Oh, it's warm in here. It's running like water. Very nice. Okay, let's get it together. Okay, so what did we say? We're not going to go like this because there's a chisel point on it and it'll flare out to the side. So we're going to come at this angle here. That's probably enough of that. Okay, it didn't come out on the outside. Did it come out on the inside? It did not. Okay? So that's the way you want to have your nail gun oriented. This is good. Okay, so we've determined that 2 1/8 inches on both sides is going to center that. So I'm going to mark it here. Let's mark the inside because we're going to put glue on that, right? We need to know where to put our glue. And if we transfer the line up and over the wall to the center, see, that's about the center there, right? If we transfer that up and over, we should be able to put a line down the inside where we can put our nails. So this is our nail line. This is for one shot of glue application. And we're going to do that like that. So guys, listen, if you're thinking about doing something like this, you know, to be creative, just go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're being creative, you're doing a good thing. Let's put this on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold that down for a minute. We could put a clamp on it. Let's do that. Let's put this one on it. Then when we turn it over, we'll keep the clamp off the edge of the table. And then we can nail it. Can you guys see that? Oh, you can see that. Nice. How about you guys? No, maybe? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. So we're going from here. That was a little off the line. This is, I've never done this before. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Any come out on the inside? Nothing came out on the inside. We're good. We're flush at the bottom. That's ready for paint. Okay, so we got an arrow on the inside here that's going to line up with that arrow there. Going to glue these surfaces, nail it together. Here we go. Run a bead there and a bead there, and a bead up this side. Flip it over and do the same. Uh-oh, it just dripped off of the upper wall onto the lower wall. Okay. Run that down like that. Now we remember that our nail gun wants to be at 90 degrees. Otherwise, we run the risk of it coming out the other side. So we can do the opposite sides. Again, this isn't 100% fit. You know, it's doing what you can with the tools you have available to you. So we're just going to go ahead and apply some glue in here on the off chance that it'll fit together. That's the third, sixth face is up there. Okay, let's see what we can do. Not promising anything. Let's see, we gotta get a stick in here. What the heck? Here we go, here we go, here we go. I think we're getting there. Wow. Huh. Ah, it moved just before we hit the nail. Nice. Looks like we're pulling it through. Put a nail in there. That looks like a good spot. Let's try not to hit it on the way by. That's pretty good. Nail it. Okay, let's glue it up. Got some orientation marks here. This is going to match up with that when we put it in. But for now, let's get some glue on it. paint these up. There, it's not looking too awful bad. Once again, I can't say it often enough. Thanks for watching. It means everything to me, it really does. You're why I push record and do my edits. You know, I probably could have done this shape right here with the tabletop sander. If you were good enough. You know. If that's what you had available to you, you could do it. Don't necessarily have to have a lathe. We'll put that down for now. Move over to the big boy. Why don't we have a big boy? Okay, this is what the light blue is just going to be, that part, this part. Let's get her done. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to combine this light blue and this blue and get a medium blue, right? Okay. We only need to paint those pieces over there, so we probably don't need a lot. I'm going to mix more than I need. And now let's get some dark blue. Now, let's go dark blue. Try not to slop it everywhere. When I was doing the light blue, I got splashes of light blue on my dark, or on my medium blue, so. Well, I'm not gonna make you guys watch all of this. You know what painting looks like, right? It's gonna get messy. Oh, we gotta plug it in. There you go. That'll help. Let's plug it in, Daddy. Okay, So we're getting ready to do the black. I've got my template cut out for the windows. A brush, we're going to do a little bit of dry work, kind of dry, just defining the outline. As far as the windows go and the door, we're just going to go ahead and paint it. Ready? Here we go. Oh, let's turn this one on. Here we go. Okay, let's do the door first. So this is the kind of dry brush we'll be using in the windows when we get to it. That was pretty smooth. I got some light blue speckles on here when I was painting that next to this. So let's line up the bottom and the right side. This is the top right here on the front. Dun dun dun, ready? Oh, you guys see that? All right, we're gonna give it a try. Now I have to dry this so I don't imprint the mistakes from the last one. We're gonna have to go with a drier brush, I guess. Maybe we should just use it with a pencil. Let's try that. Let's do the pencil next. I think this is probably the better idea. And then we'll just paint black to the line. We're somewhere near there. Let's get some paint on it. Well, that's a lot of paint. That's a lot of paint, Daddy. What happened to dry brush? Well, that's what we were gonna do, right? Dry brush. Okay, so we're gonna get ready to put this together. I have this turned upside down and I've used my scale to get it just about 3/4 of an inch from every point. I'm just gonna make a couple of pencil lines on the bottom, very faint, so that I know where to put my nails. So let me just, one there, one there. This is 3/4 inch plywood. So if we move these lines in 3/8 of an inch, we should get a nice line to put our nails on. Just a little no thank you help in here because I want to help it to stick, but I don't want to have a big mess. Drum roll, please. All right, I'm not seeing any. We should be able to do that right on the lines that we had drawn. Let's line up with those points. All right, it's not completely dark in here. I've got a thing of nails on top blocking that, but because of the light from the window here, but you can see what it might look like. So here it is. We got 9% battery. There's the side view. From the front. Well, there it is. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you'd like to see a gallery of some of my work, head over to www.claytonswoodart.com. Click on the View the Gallery tab, and you'll see 100 pictures or so of all the different things I've done over the past few years. All right. Hey, here's something you're probably going to want to watch. We'll see you next time. Bye.